Hi, I am Aurug Hussain. I will be presenting my work on NS3 based energy module of 5G new radio user equipments for millimeter wave networks. So let's get started. Since we all know currently we are using 4th generation LTE cellular networks and gradually we are heading towards the 5th generation cellular networks. And mmWave communication is at the core of this 5G cellular networks. However, mmWave communication leads to a higher device energy consumption that results in faster battery drainage of the user equipment. So to tackle this, we need some energy efficient algorithms that can improve the energy consumption of the device. Now, to design and test these algorithms, we need some platform. As 5G is not yet deployed in many countries, directly we can't test or design these algorithms in some real world user equipment. So we need some simulation or emulation platform, and NS3 is one of the most popular simulation platform where we can simulate LTE or wired or wireless networks. However, NS3 does not have any development for 5th generation cellular networks. Although University of Padova and New York Wireless team together have developed this NS3 mmWave module where we can simulate millimeter wave cellular networks. However, this module lacks a well-defined device radio energy consumption model. So in this work, we have developed a model based on the 3GPP specifications and have tested that with the NS3 mmWave framework. Okay, so now we will look into the 3GPP specifications for the user equipment power consumption. So as you can see, we have different power states, and for these different power states, we have power consumption value for frequency range 1 that is below 7 GHz range and frequency range 2 that is above 7 GHz range or the millimeter wave range. So as we can see, we have three different sleep states, namely deep sleep, light sleep and micro sleep, and these three different sleep states occurs because of the time gap between two active data transfer. So if the time gap between two active data transfer is very low, then we have this micro sleep state, and gradually if the time gap is large, then we have this light or deep sleep state. Also you can see we have this packet data control channel monitoring state and CSI-RS measurement power states. So these two power states occur whenever there is some control channel information reception at the user equipment. Now we have this packet data control channel monitoring and PDSCH reception. So these two states, so this entire state occur whenever there is some active data reception at the user equipment, and these are the corresponding power consumption values. Also we have this uplink transmission power state when the UE sends some data at the uplink, and in our work we have used this frequency range 2 power values as we are focusing on the millimeter wave networks. So now we'll look into the energy model design part. So NS3 mmWave provides 4 different PHY states, namely idle, RX control, RX data and TX. So based on the previous table, we can compute the power consumption values for these 4 different states. So as you can see, E total or the total energy consumption can be given as sum of the product of power consumption in that particular PHY state and the time taken in that particular PHY states. So based on the previous table, we can say the P idle value will be 45 milliwatt, P RX control will be 175 milliwatt, P TX will be 350 milliwatt and P RX data will be 350 milliwatt. So one question arises over here, why this P idle value is 45 milliwatt? So as we can see here, we have three different sleep states, deep sleep, light sleep and micro sleep, and all these three sleep states comes under the idle mode. However, we have taken micro sleep state power in our work because we have observed that in our simulations the time gap between two active data transfer is very low, which is less than 20 milliseconds. So this comes under this micro sleep power state. So we have taken this value. Also what we have observed is that since CDRX is not implemented in NS3 mmWave module, so we can't have these three different sleep states. if we have this CDRX or connected mode discontinuous reception implemented in the NS3 mmWave module, then only we can have these 3 different sleep states. So finally this P idle value will be 45 milliwatt. Okay, so as you can see here, we have already found this power consumption value for the PHY states. Now we will gradually know how this time taken in that particular PHY state is computed. So we will look into this flow diagram of our work. So as we can see, we have one energy source. So the job of this energy source is to maintain the power supply of the user equipment, and this is already developed by the NS3. And we have this energy model that we have developed, and these two are interlinked with each other, and together they form the energy framework of the user equipment. And this entire energy framework is installed over the net device of the user equipment, and the net device of the user equipment is connected to this mmWave spectrum PHY class, and job of this spectrum PHY class is to maintain the state changes, and accordingly this spectrum PHY class notify the state change to our energy model, and based on these notifications energy model compute the time taken in that particular PHY state, and then it multiplies that time value with the power value that we already found. So here the energy consumption is calculated, and energy model forwards this energy consumption value to our energy source, and based on that energy source calculate the remaining energy. Thus it maintains the power supply of the user equipment. So now we will look into some results that we have generated. So as you can see, we have one red colored graph and a blue colored graph, and the application we have used is discontinuous packet transfer application. So this red colored graph represent the throughput variation, and the blue colored graph represent the energy consumption variation over the entire time period. So as we can see, whenever the throughput value is high, that is there is some packet reception at the UE, we can see the energy consumption is also high. And since most of the time period there is no data transfer happening, so the energy consumption value is also low over the entire time period, and this blue colored thick line represents that value. So this blue colored thick line represent energy consumption in the idle mode when there is no active data transfer happening, and this blue colored peaks represent, larger peaks represent the energy consumption value when there is some data transfer happening. And also we have this small blue colored peaks that represent energy consumption value in RX control mode, that is whenever there is some control channel information reception at the user equipment. Also we have this continuous packet transfer application. So as you can see, for the most of the time period the network throughput is high, and also since for the entire time period active data reception is happening at the UE, we can see that the energy consumption value is also high over the entire time period. Okay, so now we will conclude our work. So we have designed and developed millimeter wave user equipment energy module for NS3. We have evaluated that module on static and mobile scenarios. We have evaluated with continuous and discontinuous packet reception applications. So you can say that our module can nicely characterize the energy consumption of the user equipment. And this module is useful to test energy efficient algorithms for 5G new radio devices. Also we have made the source code open and deployed it in GitHub. So here is the link of our GitHub repository. So thank you.